Hey everybody, Nunu. We're going to do an elixir today. I'm going to make two different kinds, goldenrod and lavender, okay? And all it is apple cider vinegar and honey, okay? And you want to use the good kind of honey. You want to use, hold on a second. Okay, you want to use this kind of honey where it is more liquid than it is, so do you see that? Okay. You don't want to use this kind of honey, which is what I use for my teas and everything, okay? So it's equal parts of honey to equal parts of apple cider vinegar. And I make my own apple cider vinegar now. I don't trust anything on the shelves in regards to anything, period. I'm starting to make my own everything. So all I did, and there's a video, it's like a 1 minute video, 2 minute video on how to do it, and basically get your apple cider that you drink, take the lid off, put cloth, or I do a paper towel and then I just throw the ring back on it, or a rubber band. You don't want to put the lid back on because you want it to breathe, otherwise it's going to explode. And this has been going on since July 2nd, so it takes 8 weeks minimum. The longer you let it sit, the better. You're going to get a like a foam on the top, and it could be even like this hard piece of jelly. Just get you can leave it alone. It's not going to do anything. Or you just take your whatever you have and you just scoop it out. And you see that? That's what you'll get. Okay? And sometimes it's even thicker than this. All right? And you can throw that away, or you can just leave that in. I usually just take that thing out. You will get the mother pulp at the bottom, as you can see. See? That will form. And boy, it's natural vinegar. It's amazing. And so once that's done, you don't have to do anything with it after 8. I would say personally, you need to keep it in for at least 8 to 10 weeks plus. I mean, minimum 8 weeks, let it sit, okay? And then once you get your mother pulp, you'll know it's ready. It basically gets clear like this, okay? Usually it's a lot darker when you first get your apple cider. Anyways, that's it. Once it's done, you can leave it in the jug, put it in your cupboard. You don't have to refrigerate it or anything, and it lasts forever, just like regular apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to go pick up more jugs this week, 4 more jugs, so that I have apple cider throughout the whole winter, okay, because I use it a lot for my tincture. So let's get back to the elixirs. Tinctures you make with vodka, which I've done a few videos on, but now I'm starting to use elixir, which is the cider with the honey. It tastes a lot better, and the kids like it a lot better. It's sweeter, easier to go down, and you can add it to your teas, you can add it to your drinks, whatever. If you're getting sick, you can freeze it, put it in the freezer and have the cubes, and then throw them in your drinks to add a little oomph to it. But anyways, same part vinegar, same part honey. Usually what I'll do is I'll take the jar I'm going to use, fill it with the apple cider, and then pour it in wherever I'm going to use, and then add the honey, same amount. But I cut the honey in half because I don't like it really, really sweet, okay? But what they do is same part vinegar, same part honey. I basically cut the vinegar in half, or I'm sorry, I can't even talk. I cut the honey in half because, like I said, I don't like it super sweet. So you can taste it and see what you think is good for you and do that route, okay? So I already did my vinegar and my honey, as you can see, and today I'm going to do goldenrod. So goldenrod you can find anywhere. Driving along the freeway or side of the road, which is what I did. I pulled over and I cut a bunch the other day, a whole bunch, as you can see, and I dried it. Usually I don't dry it. I like to put it in raw form. I think it's better that way, but either or works. I did do lavender, which we're going to do lavender as well in raw form, which I like a lot. And look at the properties. So the goldenrod is wonderful for upper respiratory inflammation in the body, so many things. Look it up, goldenrod, do your own research. And then lavender is wonderful for calmness. Before you sleep, put it in your tea, a tablespoon or so, however much you want. You can't overdose on this stuff. What else? It's good for like post-chemotherapy. It's wonderful, lavender, for the body. So look up the properties for lavender, okay? So here we go. I filled my jar up. There's no science to it. You just want to make sure that this covers the entire top of what you're doing. And then I just, I already like pre-measured. Hopefully I have enough in here. I think I'm going to have the right amount. There you go. So I'm going to have enough goldenrod to last me a couple of years. And then, so I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to, I'm going to fill up my jar, which is this. Prior to doing this, I have the same exact jar. I'm going to fill it up, measure, and then fill this up to just below the rim here, and then fill the elixir mixture all the way to the top. Let it sit for, I always do 8 weeks. 6 weeks is minimum. I do 8 weeks. You can let it sit until you want to use it. You don't even have to take it out in 8 weeks. And, I mean, I've had stuff sitting on my shelves here for, over 6 months or so, some of them for a year or so, and I haven't even taken out the stuff. But once it's ready and you want to use it, you're going to strain it, put it in a jar, and that's it. Put it on your shelf, good to go. All right, use it when you need it. Upper respiratory, cough, etc. I mix it with pine needle and sage elixir, and hand it out to my family in jars, and they use it throughout the winter, and it's wonderful. Okay. Any questions? Send me a little message. Otherwise, that's it. I'm going to put my lid on and let this sit. Make sure you label it and put the date so you know in 6 to 8 weeks. I always do minimum of 8 weeks for everything. And then you're good to use it. Okay? Love you all. God's great. If you let him be.